Hi, welcome to this week's Fundraising Friday. This week we're talking about annual fund campaigns. What do we mean by an annual fund campaign, and what are some of the key elements to a successful campaign? First of all, an annual fund campaign are when you solicit the gifts that you need for operations or for annual support. These are the gifts that you intend to seek year after year rather than for a one-time project like you might for a capital campaign. When you're looking at developing and maintaining an annual fund campaign, you want to look at the entire calendar. One of the big mistakes that I see most organizations make is they don't ask enough. And when you ask donors why they don't give to an organization or why they aren't giving again, it's because they weren't asked or they weren't asked again. So look at your calendar and think about how you might ask your donors perhaps 4, 5, 6 times throughout the year to support your organization. Second, look at how you're asking your donors. More and more solicitations are going online, but not every donor is going to respond to an online appeal. I recommend you have a good mix of traditional mail appeals, some email appeals, and maybe a social media appeal or two. See which does best, because that will tell you what your constituents are going to respond to. Do more of what works, do less of what doesn't work. Third, you want to make sure that the only time your donors hear from you isn't when you're asking for money. So make sure that when you're not sending an appeal, you're sending some kind of a newsletter or information about your organization and, more importantly, about the people that you serve in between those solicitations so they know about the good works that you do. The main reason people don't give a subsequent gift is because they don't know what a difference their first gift made. Finally, make sure you have a really solid stewardship plan. That is, you want to be thanking your donors 7 times between solicitations. That means sending them the thank you as soon as you receive the gift, and then sending them information throughout the year about the difference that gift made. The good news is that newsletter I just talked about, that counts. But also send an appeal specifically to your donors about mid-year and say, look what a difference you made. That's this week's Fundraising Friday. Thanks. Have a great weekend.